All right, today we are diving into a feature that can totally transform your sales process. I'm talking about product packages. We're going to break down how bundling stuff together not only makes your offers way more tempting, but also cleans up your whole inventory management.
Right? And that's exactly what a well-built package does. See, by bundling items, you're not just trying to upsell, you're actually making things simpler. You're basically guiding your customers to a perfect solution, which gets rid of that what do I choose anxiety and makes it so much easier for them to just, well, click buy. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the why behind packages, then jump into building two different kinds, a super simple, fixed bundle, and a more flexible one where the customer gets to choose. We'll cover it all from the first step to the final test. So let's kick things off. Why does this strategy even work?
Okay, let's get into the strategy. I mean, why should you even bother setting these up? The answer is all about making the sale easier for everyone. Think about it from the customer's perspective. Instead of them having to pick an inflatable and then a concession, then figure out tables and chairs, they just see one perfect option, the party package. It removes all that friction and thinking. So we're going to build two different kinds of these awesome sales tools. All right, first up, let's tackle the easiest one, the simple package. This is your go-to when you've got a killer combo and you want to offer it at one simple price. No ifs, ands, or buts, no substitutions. Okay, the process here is pretty straightforward, but I really want you to focus on the two most critical settings. Take a look at step 4. Link the quantity. That's the magic button that actually pulls the items out of your inventory so they can't get double booked. That is super important. Then you've got override the price. This tells the system, hey, ignore how much these things cost by themselves. We're using the special package price. If you get those two things right, you've pretty much nailed it. And what's the result? Well, it's pretty sweet. On your end, you just add one single item, the package, and boom, this system automatically pulls the right bounce house and the snow cone machine into the order, all while applying that special price. It's clean, it's simple, and it's basically error-proof. Love it! Okay, but let's be real. Simple packages don't always work for every situation. What if you want to give your customers a little more freedom? Well, that brings us to method 2, the choice package. This is where you let the customer build their own bundle, but from a list of options that you control. So the big difference here really comes down to control. With the simple package, it's a what you see is what you get kind of deal. But the choice package, that really empowers the customer. They get to pick which inflatable they want, which concession they want, and that makes them way more invested in the purchase. Now, building a choice package is a little more involved, I'm not gonna lie. It takes some prep work. We can't just toss a bunch of items together. First, we have to build the choice components themselves. This is where the real behind-the-scenes magic happens. And the absolute foundation of this whole method is something called the hidden category. Think of it like this. It's a special category you create just for your package parts. Anything you put in here is invisible to customers just browsing your website. It doesn't clutter up your main store. It's basically a backstage area for all your package ingredients. Okay, pay close attention here, because this is how it works. You start by creating a sort of container item, something like choose an inflatable, and you stick it in that hidden category we just talked about. Then you add the actual bounce houses as accessories to that container, and you set a limit so they can only pick one. But here is the absolute key. Look at step 4. You do not check the required box for any of them. That tiny little detail is what turns this into a choice instead of a requirement. It's what gives the customer the power to pick. And the cool thing is, this whole process is totally modular. So you'll create one of these hidden choice containers for the inflatables, then you'll just rinse and repeat for the concessions, maybe another one for party games. You get the idea. You build each choice separately. All right, so we've got our separate choice components all built and waiting backstage. Now it's time for the main event, assembling them into the final package that your customers will actually see and buy. This is the grand finale. You create your main package, the ultimate party package or whatever you want to call it. But here's the trick. Instead of adding actual products as accessories, you add those hidden choice containers we just made. And now is when you finally check that requires box. You make each choice required. This forces the customer to actually pick an inflatable and pick a concession before they can add the whole thing to their cart. See how that works? Okay, you've built the package, you're feeling good, but hold on. Do not go live yet. We've come to what is maybe the most important step of all, finalizing and testing. You have to test. This right here, this is a direct quote from the original guide, and I can't say it enough.
Think about it. One little mistake in the setup could cause booking nightmares, pricing errors, or just a really confusing mess for your customers. So please, always test it. And look, testing isn't hard. Just create a fake customer, a test order, whatever. Add the new package to the cart and pretend you're the one buying it. Do the right options show up? Can you only pick one like you're supposed to? Is the final price what you expect it to be? Catching a problem now is going to save you so many headaches later on. Trust me. Okay, and before we wrap up, here is a fantastic pro tip to make everything look super professional. You know how those hidden containers are named things like choose an inflatable? Well, sometimes that name can show up on the final quote, which can look a little clunky. To fix that, you can just pop into the settings for those hidden items and tell the system to hide on quote. The result? The customer just sees the main package name, like Ultimate Party Package, and then the actual items they picked. It looks so much cleaner.
So there you have it, 2 really powerful ways to create product packages in your system. You can go with the super simple all-in-one bundle, or you can give your customers the power of choice. The only question left is, now that you know how to do it, what awesome package are you going to create first?